We're just going to show a few things today and let you get a feel for how the product works. Similar to the payroll app you saw, we have a project wizard as well where we can create our projects. And this is just a simple way to standardize and make it more efficient for the users to create the projects. We can create a template, and if we want to, or we can create the project basically walking through the wizard as well. But if we use a template, it has all the values pre-populated that based on the kind of project you're setting up, so it would make it a lot easier for users to generate projects based on a standard project model that they might have in place. Once the project's created, we can then, I'll show you what the project looks like and what kind of information they can see as they track data against the project. So we have our tasks that have roll-ups and are nested. We can have multiple levels of tasks or activities, and within that then we can track budgets as well as actuals. And the budgets can be tracked for resources such as time cards, items for inventory items, and expenses, which could come from purchase orders or purchase invoices or even expense reports as well. We have drill down that we can see what these costs that have been charged to the job contain and if they've been billed or not. And we can bill these specific line items as the usage lines are incurred on the job onto the invoice at a specific billing or price rate that is defined. And those price rates and billing rates can be determined based on the project, the task, who the resource is, or the type of group they're in, such as a consultant, developer, those type of things. We can also have task templates, which allow us to easily add templates. Again, that standardization concept where we can, if they're doing lots of tasks or lots of projects and they want to save time, then the task templates would be very helpful in just reducing the amount of time to create new tasks, and you can base task templates on previous projects. Or if they just have a lack of ability to have standardization, or they need improvement in the standardization of their task structure, it's much easier just to have multiple templates created and then drop those onto the job as they incur. So we can even have phases as well. So I could have a planning phase and we could just add those task templates to start with, but then maybe we have in a second phase where we would drop those in. So the projects can grow as new work comes onto the jobs, and they don't have to know all their tasks at the beginning as well. We can also define permissions, which would allow them to restrict who can enter time and how on whether it's a project or a task. So that way we can also restrict if somebody can add budget items and things like that as well. So it offers a lot more security related to the job and what we do with the jobs. I'll show you the time entry screen, and we can just get a peek at that and see how it looks. We have the ability to copy projects and tasks from previous time cards. We can load them from a budget. So if you've budgeted the resource to that project, then we can just drop those lines into the time card from there, or we can copy from previous time periods as well. We can create expense reports right from the budget as well, or excuse me, the time card. So I don't have to open or track multiple things. I can just access it directly from here, but yet it has its own approval. It's approved separately from the actual time card, but it's easier for the user to enter their expense report. We have multiple layers of approval, so we have the idea of you can have a project manager approve the line items, and then the supervisor or the line manager approve the entire time card document. And then finally, a project executive or an accountant can approve the multiple time cards then. So if I click here, you'll see I can see if it's been budgeted, how much time has already been charged to the job, and then how much time is been charged to the time card itself. And I can drill down and review those items, and I can reject them, or I can post them or approve them. Those were the main things we were going to show you. There's a lot of functionality related more than this. There's budgets and how to handle budgets. We can do quite a few things with budgets. We can copy budgets. We can have multiple budget versions. We can move dates. If you've created a budget and the project's delayed, you can move the entire budget, things like that. So I think we'll open it up for questions now.